Hello again everybody, welcome back to another episode of my YouTube channel. I just had my live stream 3 hours ago. I would like to thank everyone who joined me in that live stream. I wanted to thank all my friends and my... Hey! Stop! Hello again everybody, welcome back to another episode of my YouTube channel. My name is Chris, your host for today. Once again, I am welcoming you to my tiny, messy kitchen. So first of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming to my live stream this morning. I would like to thank each and every one of you who came and showed their love and support to me. Thank you for chatting to the guests. Thank you for interacting with everyone. I really appreciate you guys. So, from the Bicol region with their laings, I am taking you to Region 1, which is the Ilocos region, in which pinakbet or pakbet originated from. Pinakbet is a vegetable dish that came or originated from Ilocos region. So, pinakbet is a Ilocano dish that has different kinds of vegetables in it, and the word pakbet came from the Ilocano term which means srank or pinakbet. Doon kinuha yung word na pinakbet. So anyway, the main ingredients for pinakbet are pork, onion, tomatoes, eggplant, ampalaya or bitter gourd. Pwede kang mag-add ng gabi, yung maliliit na gabi, bunga ng gabi. Or you have a choice of okra or camote. Well, back then when I was younger, when my aunts and my grandmother used to make pinakbet, they always have a bit of camote that's added into the dish. Also, I would like to mention that the original pinakbet, hindi ginigisa. It wasn't stir-fry. And you don't use garlic in your pinakbet. Otherwise, hindi na yun pinakbet. It becomes ginisang gulay. Or, something else, another term that you can use for that kind of dish. But really, I wanted to tell everyone, pinakbet is not stir-fried. The first step of this is that you boil your cut pork and onion and tomatoes, and then once the meat is tender and then starts boiling, you can add the talong or eggplant, the bitter gourd, and of course the rest, okra, camote, and gabi. Hindi nilalagyan ng sitaw or squash ang pinakbet. So that is the original pinakbet. I would just like to tell everybody. And later on, it is seasoned with bagoong isda. For myself, today I am going to be using patis because I don't have any bagoong. So let's go to work. I'm going to show you step by step in making this authentic pinakbet dish from Ilocos region. So, ito ang mga ingredients natin sa paggawa ng pakbet. Tomato, like I said earlier, talong or eggplant, meron tayong gabi. Masarap ang gabi sa pakbet. And then, ang aking paborito, bitter gourd or ampalaya, bitter melon in other language. Ang tawag nila rito ay bitter gourd or bitter melon. There you go, fresh as it can be. Galing ito actually sa aking sister-in-law from Jersey. Pinitas, ako mismo ang nagpitas nito. And then another talong. And then ang aking kamote. Gusto ko kasing i-recreate ang talagang original na paggawa ng pinakbet. That's why I made sure that I included camote. Although wala akong makitang okra, there's no okra in the supermarket that I went to earlier. So this is all I have. We're going to make do of what we have right now. So like I was saying earlier, there's lots of ways to make pinakbet. But for me, I always prefer the old way of making it. Like I was saying earlier, you have to boil and cook the meat along with the onion and the cut tomatoes. There is no required size of the meat, but you can cut it into small pieces para ma-distribute yung meat to everybody. For some who are on a budget and they couldn't afford to buy a pound or a kilo of meat of pork, then it's okay, if you can cut it in small pieces. And that's what I'm going to show you guys. It's more healthy because you don't have to use extra oil for this kind of dish. Actually, hindi naman talaga ginagamitan at talagang hindi ginigisa ang original na pinakbet. So yes, today I am going to make my pinakbet the old way, the Ilocano way. But I am incorporating this with what I tasted or what I tried several years ago back in 1988 or 1987 when me and my cousin Marianelda Estabillo Dabo were vacationing in Project 8 Quezon City. One day she invited me to come and visit her grandmother in Nueva Ecija, and so of course her grandmother made us a very special dish, which it was pinakbet. And when it was time for us to eat, each guest got their own bowl of pinakbet. And to my surprise, I found a big chunk of pork chop on my bowl. And I'm like, oh my God, that's when I realized na meron talagang version ang iba't ibang region, ng iba't ibang province or town ng kanilang sariling pinakbet. So I can never forget that time of my life when I was with my cousin, and her grandmother really treated us very special. She made us that very special version of her pinakbet. So that's what I'm going today. I'm going to make it the Ilocano way, but yung style ng sahog, I'm going to copy my cousin's grandmother's version of making the pinakbet. So that's what I'm going to make today. I am going to boil the pork chop the Ilocano way, but I'm not going to cut my meat or my pork chop into small pieces. I'm going to leave it whole and big like this in honor of my cousin's grandmother, because I can never forget that pinakbet. It was one of the best pinakbet that I ever tasted in my life. So here it is. I'm going to cut the onion and the tomatoes a certain way, and then I'm going to start cooking or making pinakbet. So there it is. Anyway. So, sa pagluluto ng pinakbet, dapat madami ang kamatis. Dahil yung kamatis, yun ang nagbibigay ng extra sarap sa ating pinakbet. It don't really matter kung paano ninyo slicein ang kamatis ninyo. You can slice it small, you can cut your tomatoes small, or you can cut it into large pieces. I observed a lot of people back then, they try to make add their tomatoes whole into the mix. So there it is, ilalagay ko na ito. At we're going to start making our pinakbet. So when I make my version of pinakbet, I use the water that I washed the rice from, yung hugas bigas na sinasabi nila. Sinisave ko yun at yun ang aking pinangsasabaw sa aking pinakbet. there it is. I'm starting to make it now. So now our meat is already starting to boil. We're going to cook it for a good 15 to 20 minutes. So there it is. Look at the tomatoes with its bright red orangey color, along with the meat and the chunks of onion. So please keep in mind, when you're making pakbet, don't put a lot of sabaw or water. Kahit na pakukuluan natin, we're going to cook this for a good 25 minutes. Try not to put a lot of water, because you have to remember the rest of the vegetables like the plant, the ampalaya, they're both watery in consistency. So kapag nilagay ninyo yung, if you're going to add those vegetables, they're going to release some more water from those two vegetables that I mentioned. So please don't put a lot of water, otherwise hindi masarap ang isang gulay, ang isang recipe, if there's too many sabaw in it. I know some people in my life, every time they make ulam or they make a certain dish, ang dami-dami nilang magsabaw. Kahit na sa mga sinigang na baboy or sinigang na isda, nawawala tuloy yung talagang lasa ng ulam. So try to be mindful of the water that you put in, with at least, maybe with, if you have like a kilo of talong, which is probably, I would say, maybe 8 or 9 pieces of small ones. If they are larger, maybe you'll have 5 pieces of eggplants and a kilo. Then maybe you can start with 2.5 to 3 cups of water. Don't put like 4 cups of water there or 5 cups. Otherwise, ayaw naman ninyo ng masyadong masabaw na pakbet. Yung tamang-tama lang, kasi sabi nga nila yung rule ng pagluluto, hindi bali ng konti lang, pwede naman kayong magdagdag. The same way as if you are seasoning your your dish with salt or any kind of seasoning like patis, just try to put a bit first, and then you can adjust the taste later on. Di bali ng kulang, wag lang sobra, kasi mahirap nang i-correct. So look at that right now. It looks so good already. We're going to wait for maybe another 10 minutes because it's been boiling for a good 5 minutes. We're going to wait till the meat is tender, and then we're going to add all the ingredients, all the vegetables. There it is. So kapag kumukulo na ang aking pinakbet, or when my goulash there is already starting to boil, that's the time that I peel my gabi para hindi mag-iba yung kulay. Well, I have plenty of time. I'm not in a hurry, so I can do this kind of things. But if you are in a hurry or if you're rushing, then why not? Go ahead and cut your vegetables ahead of time. But, this is my style. Hindi naman ako nagmamadali palagi. I just take my time, and then I cut this into, dahil ang gabi medyo matagal iluto ng konti. So iuuna ko ito ng mga, oh my god. Oh my god. So it fell. There it is. So now I'm ready for the gabi. Pakuluan lang natin ng mga 1 minute. Tapos susunod ko na yung talong. Let's cover this. So the proper way to cut our eggplant is like this. So there you go. That's the proper way to cut the eggplant for pinakbet. So you're going to cut it like that and then cut it again in the middle. The reason for that is that para siguro pag in-spoon nyo na sa inyong plate ang talong, you have a one good chunk of it. So, ganyan ang proper way ng pagkakat ng talong. And the reason why I'm only cutting them now, when I'm ready to add them, is that, like I said, I have plenty of time. So, hindi ako nag-rush. Actually, this is actually, I'm making this pakbet for my dinner tonight, for our dinner tonight. So, there you go. There it goes. To continue with this is the proper way to cut your talong. And then, pag natapos ko na ito, normally, dapat mas madami ang inyong bitter gourd or ampalaya. But since I'm the only one who eats this vegetable, ayaw ng mga anak ko because, of course, mapait. So I just decided to have one. And besides, you know, when I went to Jersey the other day, I just took one from the plant that my sister-in-law had. She invited me to get one or two, but I just decided to have one para may matira sa kanila. So, ang ganito ang pag-cut naman ng ampalaya. Ganyan din. The same way as when you cut the eggplant. There you go. So, once I'm done cutting this, i-add na natin lahat. And then, we're ready. So, ang aking nabiling kamote is, I think this is the sweet potato. Masarap yung native na kamote sa atin. Yung white lang, but it's okay. I have this, so I'll make use of this. Actually, I do not know if a lot of people knows that in the original pinakbet, there should be a camote. Camote is one of the main ingredients of pinakbet. Alright, there it is. So, we're ready. So now, will you look at that? Now I'm ready for the talong. So ito ang aking sinasabi. Kaya the reason why I cut my eggplants when I'm near to add them sa aking tubig, sa aking pinakuloang meat is that look how some eggplants, they turn brown so easily. But I know you can always submerge it in water, pero ayaw kong gawin yun because mawawala yung kanyang nutrients. So I try to do this. There's always a reason in everything that you do. So now I'm ready for the talong. Sabay-sabay na yan. Pag nilagay mo ang talong, idadagdag mo na rin ang iyong ampalaya. And of course, the camote. And then, just let it boil for another 10 to 15 minutes. And then come back, we're going to eat. We're going to do mukbang pinakbet. So, kumukulo na ang ating pinakbet. It's boiling. The eggplant, the bitter gourd, and the camote and gabi. So now I'm ready to season this with patis. So now it's almost ready. Sandali na lang, tingnan natin kung okay na. Kung okay na ang lasa niya. Tingnan natin. Sarap. ng aking pakbet. Tikiman time na. Oh my God. Oh, ang sarap. Oh my goodness. Lasang-lasa. Parang yung mga, parang bagoong din ang kanyang sahog. Actually, I mentioned it already earlier. Ang pinang-season sa pinakbet is bagoong isda na nabibili sa Pangasinan, especially sa Lingayen. Yun ang kanilang specialty. But today, I used patis. Pero para na ring bagoong ang pinanlasa ko sa aking pinakbet. So, I'm going to turn this off and we're gonna eat. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. So, there's my pinakbet. Mas masarap sana ito kung may okra. Pero kanina, honestly, wala akong makitang okra. And then, ang favorite ko dito, alam niyo kung anong favorite ko sa ganito? Yung gabi. Where are yung gabi? There it is. Look. Oh. So, there is my pinakbet. Umuusok-usok pa. Newly cooked pinakbet kayo dyan. Oh, sarap yun. So now, we're ready to eat. And for my dessert, I have a mixture of healthy foods. Mango, blueberries, and banana. Drizzled with, later on, I'm going to drizzle it with honey. So there's my ampalaya. Oh, ang tagal ko na hindi nakakakain ng ampalaya. And camote. And of course, the eggplant. Basta lagyan tayo ng sabaw. So there's my pinakbet. So now we are ready to eat. Thank you for staying with me for this whole time that I'm cooking. I'm ready to have my first bite with, of course, the almighty ampalaya. Happy na tayo. Wikat, I'm going to say it again. Minsan, nagtataka ako bakit ang sarap ko talaga magluto. Dahil alam kong, because I know how to blend in the best and the freshest ingredient every time I make a dish. For myself and for my family, of course. So there's my talong now. Alam niyo, itong aking favorite na gulay, ampalaya. A lot of people don't like ampalaya, but this is one of my favorite. It's very healthy, delicious. Medyo mapait, but I really like the texture and the taste of it. Ampalaya is rich in iron, so maganda ito sa ating katawan. You know, it helps us produce more red blood cells. So, yes, it is. That's my ampalaya there. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope to all my subscribers who would like to try to make this at home, kahit na hindi kayo Filipino, even though you are from other countries. Maybe my friends from other countries like Singapore, Bangladesh, from people from Qatar, native people of Qatar, maybe you can try to make this. It's really delicious. It's called Pinakbet, originated from Region 1, which is the Ilocos region. Tikman natin ang ating kamote. Ang isa sa pinaka-favorite ko dito sa mga gulay dito sa Pinakbet is yung kamote. Well, I like everything. I like the eggplant. I love the ampalaya, and ang pinaka-paborito ko ay yung kamote at saka yung gabi. Gusto ko nang slurp yung aking sabaw. Kaya lang nakakahiya naman pag mag-slurp ako dito sa harapan ninyo. But this one, I've been wanting to devour my meat. Tikman natin ang meat. Sarap. So, I know people who wants to try to make this at home. You know, you can find all the vegetables that's included in this dish. You can find them in a regular supermarket. They're available everywhere. Eggplant, bitter gourd, gabi or taro, I think. And you can actually, like I said earlier, okra. Okra is one of the main ingredients of pinakbet, but the only thing is that I couldn't find them in that supermarket that I went to. Normally, they always have it, but today, no, they don't have it. Hindi ko alam kung napansin ninyo, every time na susubo ako, sinasabi ko lagi, ang sarap. Kasi talagang masarap. So anyway, let's try my dessert. Because right now, I'm done. Mamaya ko na itutuloy pag yung hindi na masyadong mainit sa kain ulit ako mamaya. But I'm ready for my dessert. My dessert is mango, blueberry, and chunks of banana. They're really good. What a healthy way to end my meal with this dessert that I made for myself. I love this blueberry. It's delicious. It's so sweet too. Lahat ng fruit na nabili ko, ang tamis. So, one more. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for patiently waiting from when I was trying to do my intro, up to my cutting the vegetables, up to the cooking part and this mukbang part. Thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you so much for spending your precious 10 to 12 minutes with me. I really appreciate each one of you guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you hadn't subscribed to my channel, please do so. You might want to check out some of my vlogs. You might want to like them, and you might be thrilled, and you will probably be in love with my music and the way that I do things. So please do subscribe and please give it your big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice, beautiful Wednesday morning in the Philippines, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, my fellow Philadelphians. Have a nice day. Take care, everyone, and be kind to everyone. I hope that you like this video. I hope that you enjoyed your precious 10 minutes with me today. Thank you, and bye-bye. See you in my next vlog.